All right. Mother's Day.
What up? What up? We here. We here with RKTRealestate.com in the building. What's going on, guys? So today's topic is the value of time and money. So go in and let them know what it is.
Yeah, so that's always a thing. Either you have enough time on your hands, but you don't have enough money, or you have a lot of money, but you just never seem to have the time.
Oh.
So it's like you got to say to yourself, which one is more important to you? Are they equally important? How do you value both of them?
Right.
Which one do you put first? Which one matters more?
Right.
And to me, honestly, I think it's crazy. I have mixed feelings about it, but I would say the time is more important, in my opinion, than the money. You need money to operate in this world. Don't get me wrong, hands down. There's no way around that.
Right.
However, you need time to actually make the money and be productive. And then, so if you think about certain things, so for example, if I were to tell you guys, I'll give you $1 million right now, but you got to die tomorrow.
Right.
$1 million?
Right. Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? Or if I say, I'll give you $1 million, but you have to be sick for the rest of your life.
Right.
So what's $1 million?
Right.
Or I'll give you the $1 million, but your girl or your mother has to be sick for the rest of her life. You still want it? You get what I'm saying? So I think that there's so many different things that involves time that's just a little higher than the money. But because of the world that we live in, none of those things can't operate without the money. So you still need it. But I wouldn't say that the money is the most important thing, but it's still a valuable thing that we need to be productive in society. Like Kanye said it best. He was like, money is not everything, but not having it is. Like, you get what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta have something. But I just don't think that it's the most important thing.
Thanks.
Real talk. What's the take on that, Rashidi?
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. I mean, at the end of the day, when it comes to money and time, it's hard to trade off. I mean, you got to have the healthy balance where you're doing things, but it's efficient. So being efficient with your time is important, because when it comes to money and time, man, like if you're wasting 7 hours on one project, you're wasting time. That's too much time. If it's a project that's going to take 2 hours, it's worth it. But again, if it's a project taking 7 hours, now you start to say, like, am I wasting my time? For example, if you take a job on, at the end of the day, you take a job on and somebody says, okay, let's, for example, you're driving to Florida, you know what I mean? And you take that job on and it's like, all right, if I went with a moving company, it would cost $5,000, $7,000. If someone driving them $3,000, it costs them $3,000, but it's going to be a 2-day trip. So are you paying for the hotel? Is it worth your time for 48 hours for $3,000? You got to be the person to decide if it is. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's just really having that not having perfect, but just having that balance of what's worth your time and really understanding what you think your time is worth. Because I tell you right now, my last 9 to 5, I left off being worth $50 an hour. That's what the market said I was worth. I was worth way more than that. But at least from a salary standpoint, that's what the market says I'm worth, $50 an hour. So I'd be damned, no matter what I'm doing as an entrepreneur, if I would ever accept less than a $50 an hour rate itself, as far as time's sake. In my mind, I'm worth $500 an hour if you ask me. So my time is extremely valuable. So it's like, it's really just about having that healthy balance and understanding your time and what your time is worth. That's the first step, so you can understand how to balance real time and real work and make choices.
I think to your point, Rashidi, I think that to a degree, you could actually buy time too. And because why do I say that? Because you as one person, you could only do but so much by yourself in a certain amount of time.
Right.
But if you hire help now to get 5 jobs done, you can get 5 jobs done in an hour versus you taking 5 hours to do those jobs. So it's to Rashid's point, it is truly about that balance, you know.
Yeah, I always tell people that if you don't have the money, you're gonna have to put in more time. You feel what I'm saying? Now, if you have the money, you could put in less time because you can pay for the time that it would took to do the thing. Right. So, but the thing is that, you know, if you, you know, the thing is, it's always going to take time for something to happen, whether you have to do it or you have the money to pay somebody to do it. That's the differentiation. You know what I mean? And sometimes the thing is, if you have no money, then you're going to have to spend a lot of time doing a specific thing because you don't have the money to make it go faster. You feel what I'm saying? So it's always that balance. Because even when they talk about marketing, right? Like, let's say, for example, you have people who want to be marketers online and be entrepreneurs and do social media things, right? A lot of times what happens is when you first starting out, you're going to have to put in that time regardless, because you got to put yourself out there consistently.
Right.
And now as time goes on, your brand gets bigger. Some more people start to know about your stuff. So now what happens is that you say, okay, well, if I have money now that I didn't have before, how can I use this money to make it bigger than it could ever be by just me using time? You feel what I'm saying? And so that's the thing that I think people don't get. And also too, sometimes what happens is that when you're being cheap, if you have the money, right, you're actually making things go slower because you can make things go faster by not being cheap.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You know, so that's how to go down sometime too. So it's that like, it's a good balance where you gotta understand like, am I really, you know, can I really leverage this money in order to save time, or do I need to spend time because I don't have the money? Do you see what I'm saying? So people got to ask themselves that question, because either way things need to get done. So you got to figure out, how are you going to get this done and how can you get it done? You see what I mean?
And I think time will always be more valuable than money, because money is kind of infinite, but time is limited. You know, and when I say time is limited, time itself may be infinite because time is relative. So, right, it's like whatever. But our time as human beings, like, is limited. So the money will always be less valuable than the time, because we're only going to be here for a certain amount of time as human beings, each of us individually. So if you got to choose, you know, make sure shit. We were just talking behind the scenes about like you know, meeting people halfway and shit. It's like, nah, they gotta come to me. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't got time for that shit. I don't got time to meet you halfway. I don't got time to drive all the way to you. You gotta come to me. I'm the one with the value. I'm the one that got shit going on. So you gotta come fuck with me. So it's like, if you got to put yourself in a position of power, and that's not wasting your time. You got to value your time. You understand? And then like you said, Kay, you know, you can use time to make money. Mm-hmm. And you can use time to make money, and people use money to buy more time. You see what I'm saying? That's really how it go. Like, niggas, what do niggas do? They pay lawyers so they could have less time in prison, because they need more time to stay out. They want to stay out of prison so they can have more use of their time. You will give all your money away for a little bit of time. You know what I'm saying? Like, even, you know, if you know these passport bros and shit, what do? They paying for a bitch's time. So you will give your money away for time. Right, man. Shout out to the passport bros. But real talk is like, you know, time will always be the time is always king, man, because, you know, and on top of that, time is relative. Mm-hmm. You know, time is relative. I mean, money is relative to a certain extent based on inflation and socioeconomic patterns and whatever. But think about time. Time is, you know, you can experience something that you know, like if you got your hand on the stove, 1 second is an eternity, right? But if you're making love to a beautiful woman, you know, 10 hours is not enough. You see what I'm saying? Like, you know, so time is crazy like that, where it can it covers so much. Like, and if you even look at our own lives, we are a drop in the bucket when it comes to all of existence. You know what I'm saying our 60 to 80 years that we get on average as human beings is a drop in a bucket compared to existence. You understand? So you gotta value yourself, and you gotta value your time, and you can't let money put value on you. You understand? And that's another thing about time, where it's like when you value your time, you value yourself, and then you realize that the value of your time is priceless, really. Because me personally, like we get clients that talk to us for a certain amount of time. I have to limit how many consultations I do, because there's not enough. Like, truthfully, these motherfuckers should be paying me way more than they paying me for a coaching call. You know, I ain't really gonna talk about prices here, but what I'm saying is, whatever the money is that they got to pay to talk to me for a half hour or an hour, the information that I'm giving them can do so much and change their life.
Right.
Because I'm giving you information that it took me 43 years to learn.
Right.
So that's a function of time. So when I get on a coaching call, you're paying me for an hour of my time, but I'm giving you 43 years worth of information that can save you time. And so you don't have to make the fucking mistakes that I made. So now you can go on so you can use that. The 60 seconds that you paid me for is going to net you how much fucking money, because you got all my information. It took me 3 years to learn all the shit, make mistakes, trial and error, all that stuff. And you just paid me for 60 fucking minutes.
Right.
And I gave you that information that can change your life. And you being a 20-something-year-old, you know as much as a 43-year-old in 60 minutes. And you want to tell me, and imagine, sometimes I get emails with these niggas telling me that my prices is too much.
Right. Miles, I love
you have to take the glasses off on them, like,
Nah. What Miles just said is deep, man.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna play back that recording what you said, and at the event, I'm gonna say that because now you just let me know I gotta raise my game up though, because you said 43 years of knowledge. We gotta jack our prices up to $1 million an hour. Okay, that's
That's bad.
Like that's real talk though. Like when you put it like that, that sums it up. Like all your experiences, all your past, whatever, I can save you years of headaches, years, multiple mistakes, avoiding multiple mistakes that can get you at a way higher level.
Yes.
So this is top premium, and it's real talk. People don't talk about it, but it's the truth. I love that. I love that right there, man.
Yeah, that was a good perspective. I like that.
Yeah.
Now that's some real shit. The thing is, I remember I was listening to this guy who he does speeches or whatever at colleges, whatever, and he was getting paid like $2,500 a speech. He said that, he said, when you're paying me the $2,500, he said he only speaks for like 45 minutes. So he's like, you're not paying for the 45 minutes. He's like, you're paying for me to get out my house, get on the plane, go to the spot, and give you the knowledge that I have for all these years for this amount of time. You see what I'm saying? So it's all that combined. You know what I'm saying? And so I think a lot of times people don't understand, I think people don't understand the value of time and also money. You see what I'm saying? Because the thing is, you can put a price on a specific thing, right? And equate it to a certain amount of time, right? And that price can be anything. Right. So, but the thing is that what you're just saying to the person is that this amount of time is worth this amount of money that you would put up. You see what I'm saying? So the amount of value you're getting, and this is the funny part. A lot of times people think things are expensive, but the things that you think are expensive are actually cheap based on the value you're getting for what you're paying for.
Facts.
So like, especially if you're getting some type of, for example, information, a lot of people think, oh man, so, I have to pay someone $300 an hour for this information. And it's like, yeah, that's actually cheap. You should be paying at least $10,000 an hour. You know what I'm saying? If we're going to be real, you know what I mean? So the thing is that the information you get, that could probably make you $10,000 an hour or 10,000. You see what I mean? So like the problem is that people don't understand the value of what they're getting for the time that's being spent, and understanding that the money they're giving a lot of times is cheaper than what they think. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying needs to be paid. It's insane.
Yeah, because like when you get the information, right? I think a lot of people don't see that value because they're not going to capitalize on that information and apply it the way that it's supposed to be applied to get that money that they can get from that information that they got in that short period of time.
Right.
You know, I think a lot of people just need to apply that information more, and then they'll reap those benefits in the long run.
Right.
And then they'll sit back and think like, damn, in that 1 hour, that in that 1 hour, I just made over $50,000 stemming from that 1 hour.
Yep.
Because it was a domino effect leading me to the point that I'm at right now.
Exactly. Yo, let me tell you something, bro. I do these lives in the morning, right? And every once in a while I get a cat that come through. You know, I tell guys they can ask me about anything because I try to be the type of person that knows a little bit about a lot, right? So I'm like, we can talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. We can talk about career, jobs, you know, game, hollering at bitches, sex, whatever, like manhood, masculinity, all that. So every once in a while I get a cat be like, yo, Miles, I got a job interview coming up. You know, what should I do to make sure I get the job, or what type of mindset I need? And I remember I be telling cats, I'd be like, listen, man, here's what you do. I'm like, number one, research the company. Number two, know your value in your market. And I just go through different things that I've learned and picked up over my life, bro. You understand? And then the cat be like, yeah, I got the interview like tomorrow. I got the interview later on today. And then next week, the cat will come back onto the live and be like, yo, Miles, all that stuff you told me, I think like it gave me a positive attitude when I went into the job, and I got the job, bro. And I'm like, now check this out. You about to be at a job getting paid whatever you getting paid for the next however many years. What is that worth? Look, think about how many bills you're gonna pay. Think about how many bitches you're gonna take out to dinner. Think about
like that rate of return is crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Think about how much clothes you gonna buy. And these are the lives that I do in the morning time for free, bro. For free. And look how I'm changing the nigga's life just from, research the company. Understand how you can be an asset to the company. Understand your market value. Because they ask me questions like, yo, how do I negotiate my salary? I'm like, well, you need to know your position and know what other companies are paying for your position. So research the industry, and look at your experience level, the certificates that you got, all that other shit. And I'll be telling them all this shit. I'll be telling niggas, yo, every 3 to 5 years, make sure you either get a raise or you go to a new job, all that type of shit. Little shit that I've learned over my life that the average person don't know and won't even tell you, even if they do know. Because you got people like who don't want to fucking give away the secret and all that other dumb shit, right? He's about to get a job where he's going to get a salary over the next few years of his life. He's going to be able to help his family, pay his rent, pay his bills. You understand, nigga? You paying a cell phone bill. You on the phone with this person and that person. And this is the power of what we have to understand when it comes to having an abundance mindset, because the conversation that we're having about time and money leads to other things, right? Because when it comes to time and money, and it brings me to value. You understand? And value is something that is abundant, because a lot of times we don't connect shit. We don't connect shit, bro, all the time. But I'm saying, I gave you the advice for you to get the job, right? All the bills you're going to pay, all the people you're going to meet, you're going to go on trips, you're going to travel. And I gave you that information for free. And then these same cats who don't understand the abundance, they don't understand value. They look at me and be like, I have right now sitting in my fucking inbox, I have like a very long essay written paragraph about why my membership is too expensive.
Really? Somebody wrote that shit? You can't be serious.
That's crazy.
You can't be serious. Yo, that's hilarious.
I'm not gonna divulge the person and all that type of shit, but see this is what happens when you don't understand value.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? This is what happens when a motherfucker don't understand how powerful. And the reason why they don't understand how powerful I am is really because they don't understand how powerful they are.
That's a fact.
Mm-hmm. Because so when I say these things, I'm not saying this to ridicule a nigga. I'm saying you don't understand who you are. You don't have knowledge of self. Therefore, you don't understand the abundance that's inside of you. That's why you can't understand the abundance that's inside of me.
Right.
You telling me my shit is too expensive and to lower the price?
Right.
I'm changing lives for free.
Mm-hmm. That's what happens.
I'm changing lives for absolutely free. And my exclusive information, you want me to lower the price. What the fuck are y'all niggas smoking?
That's real when you really think about it. Like, that's wild, because like you said, you're changing lives for free with the content that's released out for free.
Right.
And exclusive, I'm putting a price on it, and you're supposed to put the price on something exclusive. That's why it's exclusive. Right. And you telling me to lower my prices when there's 8 million other people out there, but you value your podcast, your line of work, but you don't really value it. You making suggestions when you have options. You wait, that person wasting their time and everybody's time, because you wasted time waiting for this podcast. Do some research. If you did some research and went to another podcast or another platform, you would have saw that that's a waste of your time. But you wasting everybody's time wasting time. It's wild though, bro. Like,
I'm telling you, bro, it's crazy, man.
But you know the issue is that what happens is that there's people out there who, you know, they don't understand the value of their own time. You know what I mean? And also they don't understand the value of money. And so what happens is that because they don't understand the value of their own time, they don't value your time. You see what I'm saying? And so what happens is that you have people who, this is the thing, most people who are, for example, not successful or who are struggling or who have a hard time doing things, right? They make the mistake of trying to get things without giving. And then so what happens is that the reason why they have that mentality is because they don't really have. So they think, how can I get more with giving the least? Because they think I don't have enough to give. So the only way I can get is to get things by giving the least. But what they don't realize is the way that they actually get more things is to give more things. You see what I'm saying?
Law of attraction.
Right. That's the part that they don't get. They're stuck in the scarcity of, oh, well, I don't have enough, so let me try to extract and get more without giving anything. But they don't realize they get more by giving more. That's how it works. It's crazy. They don't understand that shit. They don't understand that shit.
I'm telling you.
They don't understand that shit. It's just like somebody, for example, they're like, you know, well, I don't want to spend, I want a fit body, but I don't want to spend any time in the gym. I don't want to spend any money on a personal trainer. Right. So then they try to cut corners and they're like, oh, well, you know, I'll work out maybe once a week, or, you know, I'll try this other little thing out. And then they're trying to get the most with giving the least. And then they never get in shape, or sometimes they gain more weight. You feel what I'm saying? Because they're being very cheap on how to make it happen. But if a motherfucker's like, you know what? I really need to lose this weight and get fit. So I'm going to have to, give some time to working out and eating right, and probably give some money to buying certain types of foods, getting a personal trainer. So all of this stuff is going to get them to where they need to go, because they realize they have to give something to get the thing they're trying to get. It's insane.
Yep. Even when you think about, the world we live in today with social media, everybody's attention span is so short that the value of time in general for anybody is like super low. So then, to your point, as a consequence, you're not going to reap the best benefits, because, for example, if somebody's watching a video, within the first couple of seconds, if they don't like what they see, they're automatically scrolling.
Right.
They don't even give it the time to actually see what this video is about, because their attention span is so low, because they don't even want to put in the time for almost anything. That's how their mindset is, because everything's happening so fast.
Right.
And then they want the abundance to happen fast when it doesn't work like that. They say for overnight success, it takes 10 years.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? But who's willing to put in that amount of time to see those massive results 10 years from now? You get what I'm saying?
Yep. And that says a lot about the relativity of time, bro. That says a lot about the relativity of time and like where you started noticing me at.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? Like, cause we got guys that come through on the chat and be like, man, you know, I just started watching y'all stuff. And then they say shit like, man, I wish I had known about y'all stuff years ago.
Exactly. Right.
You know, they'll say shit like that. Or some people will totally mistake the whole shit. And maybe if they disagree with something that we're saying, be like, who are these niggas? What the fuck are they talking about? They just came on YouTube the other day talking all this shit. No, nigga. You just clicked on our shit the other day.
Right. Exactly.
Niggas been grinding for damn near 18, 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And,
right.
and like you talked about just now, Kay, about the overnight success. Bro, niggas be grinding, bro.
Right.
Niggas be fucking like niggas be getting it out the fucking mud for real. And just because you just noticed me, you think I'm an overnight success. That's disrespectful to my grind.
Mm-hmm.
Disrespectful to the years that I put in. Just because you just clicked on my shit today, don't mean I've been here.
Right.
Been here, so you gotta respect shit, bro. You understand? And then we get into like you know, understanding that time is relative, understand the game, knowledge yourself. Like I talked about this the other day, how I kind of I basically predicted the 3 years ago I did the video. I predicted the divorce between Jeannie Mai and Jeezy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just as an example, we don't need to get into it. But the bottom line is what I'm saying is when you understand certain things about game and you have certain levels of information and you can see shit and you have awareness, time actually becomes relative when it comes to the knowledge and the value.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Because when you can see shit, you know when they say hindsight is 20/20?
Right.
So but what happens when you have 20/20 sight at all times in all facets?
Right. Exactly.
And then ultimately, what you're basically saying is that you can see into the future.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't need hindsight when I already know if this is in place, that is in place, then this is gonna, like, if I put this on the thing and it's you know, it's not on the level surface, it's gonna fall. I didn't need fucking telepathy to know that shit.
Mm-hmm.
All I needed was knowledge and value.
Right.
And experience, because I seen it before. So that's what I'm saying. Time, when you really like think about time, bro, time is always going to be more valuable than money.
Right.
Always, bro, because time is relative. Time is like you can see into the future when you have a certain level of knowledge. And when you have enough time and experience, you can see shit before it happens. How valuable is that?
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know, because then now we can start talking about the niggas that do day trading and stocks. When once them niggas have put in enough time, they can start to see the signals before they happen, and they put in their calls and they puts and they buy stock and they do shit, and how much money does that turn into? Based on what? The time that they put in.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Time will always be more valuable than money. Always.
That's a fact. That's real shit. That's real shit. So any last things you guys want to say before we wrap it up?
Yeah. From now on, when y'all call, stop wasting our time. Nah, let me stop.
Go to rktrealestate.com, guys. Call 973-420-5028 because these guys have been doing financials for a certain amount of time. Therefore, they receive the value from the time they put in, and they can help you to see the fucking future. They can help you to set shit in place it could change the trajectory of your financial situation, man. They could get you into a house. They could get you into a better credit score. They could get your taxes right. They could get you into life insurance. They could get you into investment vehicles. They could get you into mutual funds and indexes, annuities, certain things that can fucking affect your retirement. You know what I'm saying? How valuable is that for you to start at a young age, start investing now and putting yourself in position to live a better life than most people, so you don't have to be working at fucking Walmart saying hi to niggas walking in. You understand? And we don't look, we talking about working at Walmart, but bro, with the way things are looking, it's like everything is going to be online. Like these brick and mortar stores are out of here. Look, yo, I want to say something real quick. I went into Best Buy the other day to get some headphones, and I said to the person, I said, yeah, I'm looking for some studio monitors for podcasting. You know, now when I say studio monitor, do y'all know what I'm saying?
Studio monitor?
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't.
You don't? None of y'all don't? Y'all niggas. Okay, so
is that like a special headphones or something like that?
Yeah, exactly. The bigger headphones, because that's what they use to monitor what's going on in the studio, because what's going on in the studio is sound. So just like how you would have a monitor to compute with, you need a monitor for your ears.
That makes sense.
Right. So it's called studio monitor headphones. That's what it's actually called. You can look it up. But I said this to the fucking kid in Best Buy. You know what she said to me? She said, "Is that the name brand?" We only have like Sony and Bose, and I don't even know if they're good enough for podcasting. I'm like, oh my god. You understand? So I bring that up. I bring that up to say that the brick and mortar stores are out of here. You understand? So niggas thinking that they could fall back to being a greeter at Walmart. One of these days, Amazon is gonna phase out places like Walmart, my nigga. You get what I'm saying? So, which is one more reason why you need to go to rktrealestate.com, schedule a free consultation with these fellas. Like I said, they put in the time. Therefore, they possess the value that you need to set up your financial future the way you need it to go. All right. Call 973-420-5028 or go straight to rktrealestate.com. Just click on the menu join and go down to schedule a free consultation and they will hook you up, man. So fuck with these guys, man. And yeah, man.
And lastly, before we get out of here, next Saturday, May 18th, we having our finance and fun event at the Cove Restaurant. Don't forget that, guys. From 4 to 7 p.m. So if you're in the tri-state area, New York, Jersey, Connecticut, come on now, have a good time with us. Food, drinks, performers, different financial professionals, talking about the things that Miles was just stating. So definitely come out and have a good time. Go on the Eventbrite and register on the Finance and Fun Cove Restaurant, Finance and Fun Cove Restaurant Eventbrite.
And there's the Eventbrite right there, guys. You just copy paste that out of the chat and put it in your browser and go straight there and you could purchase your ticket.
Yep.
All right, people. So that's pretty much it, man. We appreciate y'all tuning in. We'll holler at y'all later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace.